Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fitzgerald Witika, the author of the book Manifest the Genius in You, Witika Fitzgerald, right? So, Witika Fitzgerald, that's my name, right? Witika being my surname and Fitzgerald being my first name, right? So, basically, we're here to talk about how this book is going to help people to change their life experiences, right? So, when you look at the title, Manifest the Genius in You, basically, the information is meant to change the way you think. Why are we trying to change our thinking? This is because everything around us, if you think of it on a microscopic level, is just information, right? On a macroscopic level, it is just existing as a physical thing, right? But a physical object is just a manifested object as information in reality, right? So instead of getting too scientific in this thing, what I'm trying to say is, everything that we have in the universe that we're having, that we're creating, that we're inventing, is just basically ideas that have been manifested in reality. Even this book itself is just an idea that has been manifested in reality, because when I started writing this book, it began as an idea, right? So basically, if you look at the difference between people they call geniuses and ordinary people, it's just the thinking, right? So there is a certain way geniuses think and a certain way ordinary people think, and the way they think is what determines the kind of life experiences they'll be, exhibiting, right? So when they encounter reality, right? So basically, buying this book is going to change the way you think. And not just changing the way you think, it is going to help you to change your reality, right? Because there is a positive relationship between your thoughts and the kind of reality that you experience, because every day what you do is based on what you think, right? So if what you think you can change it, then basically you can expand the abilities that you can do in physical reality, right? So the book is for both people that are spiritual in nature as well as those people that are scientific in nature, right? So it's a book that any other person can understand, and it's the reason why the prime aim of this book is to change your thinking, is because everybody has a mind, right? And the problems that we're facing in this world are because of the imperfectness of our thinking and the processing of the mind or the brain as it encounter information in this world that we live in, right? And what is changing the world today are basically ideas that people are coming up with, right? The technological advancement, those are new ideas coming into existence, right? So I mean, that's basically what the book is going to be talking about. And not only that, it's also going to explain to you why everything exists in pairs of opposites. Like, for example, life and death. Why is it that we encounter death, and why is it that life exists, right? So we have things like male and female. I'm a male, right? But there is also a female out there. Why is it that we have things like that? Why is it that when it comes to color, we have things like black and white, right? So basically, it's going to explain a lot of things that exist in life, and understanding things that exist in life will enable you to be aware, self-conscious. If you're more self-conscious, meaning you are more aware, and being more aware gives you the ability to respond in the rightful manner, right? Because if you're not aware of something, meaning your actions will be random, and in the process of random actions, you're capable of doing something wrong, right? So basically, this book is a very powerful book, I think, and even the publisher say that the book is a very good book. So I feel it's going to change a lot of minds and a lot of people, right? So the question is, what is the difference between this book and every other book that is existing out there, right? So I'll tell you that most books, like for example, you can buy a lot of books that will talk about, how to study, or maybe how to start a business and all that. But, we should remember that everything, for it to be possible, the mind has to agree to achieve that particular thing. Because look at this. There are intelligent people in this world, but, even though they're intelligent, they have failed to finish anything that they start, right? There are also people that are very educated, but the problem is that they have failed to run a business the same way someone who's not educated, just using common sense, is running it and making profits, and he's an entrepreneur, right? So basically, if you think of it, it's not about being educated, right? Education is a good thing. Everybody is educated. Most of them are educated. Those people that go to university, they graduate with their degree and all that, right? But you can also educate yourself by reading books, because it's not everything that university is going to teach you, right? So certain things you need to learn them by your own from other sources, right? That is also educating yourself, right? So most people have developed a perception that basically going to university is being educated, but you can also educate yourself even just by reading this same book that I've written, right? So from that, you are going to learn something, and the probability to be successful after learning something lies in your probability to apply it in reality. So like for this book, the information that is in this book is something that you can relate to actual reality. Because if you can't relate something that you read, you can't apply it, right? Because how can you apply something that you can't imagine to be possible to exist in physical reality, right? So basically, if you take time to read this book, it's going to change your mind, right? But this book is a book that goes for both audiences, those that are scientific in nature, even those that are spiritual in nature, and also those people that are not educated, as in formal education, going to university. They can still read this book and they can understand a lot of things, because it's not just education that will take you places, but it's about the knowledge that you receive. And you cannot just receive knowledge from books or going to university, but you can also receive that information from your friends, right? So that's basically that, right? So I think in summary, I've talked about a lot of things, and if you buy this book, it's going to help you, right? So you can contact me on this number right here. This is just 097 24 12 31 5, right? And also you can communicate with me on Facebook, and my username is Fitzgerald McDonald Witika, right? So this is my username. You can also search for me, and we can talk a little bit more about the book and how you can get the book and how much the book. Anyway, I can talk about how much the book is going at. The book is just 100 kwacha only if you buy from me, right? But if you are going to find it in a bookstore, it's going to be more expensive than that, right? Because after the more copies are going to be released, some copies are going to be in bookstores and some I'll be just selling directly, right? So basically, if you want to minimize your budget, you can just buy the book from me at 100 kwacha. But if you go in a bookstore, you're going to find it more expensive. Otherwise, what I can say is that, information is very important. And information, because it's important and it is what is changing the world, it's not, for free, right? So to some extent, you need to sacrifice. The problem is that, information is important, and you are capable of becoming something through information, but it all depends on the kind of information that you're feeding yourself and the quality of that information, right? So basically, that is something that I can say, and I'm hoping that you people are going to contact me and also reach me maybe on Facebook, so that we can have a discussion about buying the book, right? So you can get the book from me anytime you feel like. And don't worry about the delivery. I'll make sure that the delivery is very very free for you people, so that you can have access to the book. Because at the end of the day, we are here to share information and interact through information, because information is what is changing the world, right? So that's all I can say, and I hope to get into contact with you people. Thank you very much. See you next time.